Jury in the trial of two Maryland doctors charged for giving the Russian government access to their patients' medical records divided 11-1 now over whether the defendants were entrapped by the FBI. As we've been telling you, they've been deliberating now. It's actually been more than 9 hours. WJZ investigator Mike Halgren has been on this case from the start and has the latest for us tonight from federal court.
Jurors had several questions, the first coming just before the lunch break, about the definition of entrapment and what the government needs to prove.
Does anyone have any comment at all? Comment.
The doctors on trial,
Sorry, no comment.
and their lawyers have had little to nothing to say publicly, but the stakes are high. Johns Hopkins anesthesiologist Dr. Anna Gabrelian faces up to 25 years in prison. Her husband, Dr. Jamie Lee Henry, who remains on active duty in the Army, faces up to 65 years. Federal prosecutors say the two physicians provided private medical information about their patients to the Russian government. But they must prove the defendants had a malicious intent to harm the U.S. government or gain something personally from giving up the confidential records. The key evidence against the doctors is 5 hours of video from an undercover FBI agent posing as a representative of the Russian government, allegedly showing Gabrelian and Henry handing over notes and information on 8 patients with ties to the military.
Сеют ненависть, русофобию, агрессивный национализм.
In closing arguments, lawyers battled over whether the defendants supported the policies of Vladimir Putin. The Russian president's name came up several times before the case went to a jury.
Be kind to one another. Life is short.
But the defendants claim no allegiances to Russia, saying they only wanted to help save lives in the brutal war with Ukraine, and alleging the government misunderstood their motives and entrapped them, claiming they only provided the confidential records because they feared Russian intelligence would harm them or their families.
Good, Anya good, Jamie Henry good father, Anya good mother.
This is their nanny. The couple has 2 young children. Dr. Gabrelian said in the undercover videos if she were caught, she wanted them to have a nice flight to Turkey to go on vacation because I don't want to end up in jail here with my kids being hostages over my head. When the jury was brought into the courtroom, they looked intently at the judge and did not appear to look at the defendants. At federal court in Baltimore, Mike Halgren, WJZ.